Hello, my name's Andy. I'm really sorry I can't be with you today, but I wanted to show you what we've been working on and get any initial thoughts of whether it could be useful, avenues for improvement. So what we've created is we've created a prototype child's plan drafter. What we do is we take some team around the child minutes and we can create the first draft of a child's plan. So here's an example team around the child's minutes. I think most of you will have seen something like this before. This is dummy data supplied by ASN lead in Falkirk. Thanks very much for this. Just to stress, this is all fake data, so there's no data security concerns at the moment. What we do is you take these team around the child minutes and you drop them into the app. Like that. You press process document, and then you wait about 20 or 30 seconds while the document's processed. So what happens when we do this is the information is all sent off to OpenAI, who make some of the leading AI. They're the people behind ChatGPT. I think a lot of people will have heard of them. It sends a document off to OpenAI and tries to parse it so it does the best first guess of filling in the form for you. And then when it comes back, we've got all the different sections of a child's plan. So we can look through the personal information, the legal status, the assessment and planning, and then some of the final review information like views of parents and next step, next review date. One thing to notice is each bit of information has a green or a red or sometimes an orange button next to it. That's showing the AI's confidence in that piece of information. So green is pretty sure is correct, orange isn't sure, and red is pretty sure it's incorrect. We're thinking for the next version of this, we may just get rid of not show the red information at all because there's no point showing something that we think is incorrect. But the teacher here can then add any information that they need. So if they want to add a CHI number, they can add that in. And then when we press generate the child plan, you can then download the child's plan, and you can see we've got the child's plan here, and we can open it up in the document editor of your choice, whether that's Word or Pages as it is here. You can see this includes both the AI generated text, like reason for completion, and the teacher added text like the CHI number. So to make it clear, this is just one user interface, and we think there's like a lot of other potential user interfaces. So some of the work we'll be doing over the next few weeks is showing this to different people as an initial kind of starting point or perhaps provocation to think about what would be more useful, what would be more ways of prompting teachers to get valuable information out if they've got information that's in their head but not on paper. Maybe there's different ways we can kind of encourage or facilitate that flow of getting that down in the appropriate format. So some of the jobs that we want to do next is we're very keen. We're going to move this over the next week or two to UK-based hosting and AI. At the moment, that's all going to America, but this will comply with most councils' data governance approval processes, and then that will allow us to use real data, which will allow us to test it in a much more meaningful way. As mentioned, we're going to spend a lot of time in schools next week and doing lots of video interviews as well, just trying to explore where this is useful and particularly where we can facilitate data entry and prompting. And then the third thing is improve the accuracy of the AI. The AI predictions at the moment are pretty rudimentary or basic and not really tested, but because we can't test it until we've got real data. So that's why we need to first, the kind of top priority is to move to UK-based hosting. Thanks very much for listening, and please bear in mind it's just one possible user interface. We've got lots more ideas around a more conversational flow, different visualizations, so we'd love to hear which of those might be most useful.